See all these supplies? Guess what? Our slide cable broke, and we're hopefully gonna show you how to fix it while we fix it on our own.
For this repair, you will need a cable repair kit, cable cutter, swagging tool or cable crimper, 3/8 wrench, some pliers, some blocks and a jack, electrical tape or shrink wrap, as well as some safety glasses and gloves. Let's start with the anatomy of a slide out. Most modern RVs are equipped with a BAL AccuSlide system. This consists of a motor and 8 total cables pulled through a pulley system. These cables are labeled as in and out, and as you can see, they cross each other as the slide goes in and out. We will include the link for the manufacturer's troubleshooting video in the description below, which goes into the system in a lot more detail and also offers solutions to other common issues. First things first, you want your slide to be about halfway out, and you want to jack it up to prevent added stress to the slide and to the frame of the RV.
Most jacks you have are not going to reach this high, so we used a whole big pile of blocks and put this car jack over it. Then we use this to cushion because you don't want to make a hole in the bottom of your slide, but you can also use another block or a piece of wood. This right here is pretty obvious. That's what's broken. Not exactly sure what caused it, but we'll hopefully find that out too so we can prevent it from breaking again.
Now we're going to work on removing the old cable. This is where some gloves can come in handy since the cable can be frayed and poke you.
Oh, I got it. I also got almost like a wire splinter.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Be careful, y'all.
I know.
Next, make a clean cut with your cable cutters.
Like nothing. This kit comes with knitted pieces that go to either side of the old and new cable. It's kind of like if you remember as you were a kid, those like Chinese handcuff type things. So the harder you pull, the tighter it gets, and it helps you thread it through the RV. I think we're screwed though, so I think I'm just gonna have to pull it out. This kit comes with a cable. In theory, you should be able to go to Lowe's or Home Depot and buy your own cable, but at least it comes with all the other helpful supplies.
Hopefully, unlike us, you aren't left with a frayed mess, and you can wrap up the ends of both the new and old cables with tape and then insert them into the Chinese handcuff type things. It may also help to apply some tape at the connections to secure it.
I don't think this is gonna work.
What?
Because this isn't even staying on there. Let alone like the old one, which is only on half an inch of it. So things are not moving the way we want. So out of pure frustration, I completely undid this only to find the fact that there is a coiled mess in there that I'm surprised did not break anymore. We're gonna try to clip out some of that and start fresh. Round 2, day 2 of trying to fix this slide out. What we thought was gonna be a very easy fix actually turned out to be a little bit more difficult because this was stuck in one of the little
Gears,
yeah. So this morning, with a lot of frustration, I was able to pull it out. So let's continue. Now it's time to thread the new one through. Given that the other one was broken to the point where we had to pull it out completely, we're not gonna have anything to guide this through. Some of the videos suggest that you actually start to bend the wire in the way that you know that the gear is going once you go in, but it can be kind of easy to get this lost in the wall, so put some duct tape on it with a little point. Wish me luck.
If you end up having to completely remove your old cable like us, pay attention to the direction it goes in the pulley so you can follow the same path with the new cable. Now you can attach your new cable and secure it with a bumper.
Oh, I got it.
Got it, okay.
All right, we're in there.
As you feed the new cable through, it can be helpful to have another person on the outside to ensure that it doesn't come undone and get lost in the RV wall.
So we got it on the inside. Make sure when you take it apart, you pay attention to which way your wire is going on the pulley system.
This foam piece helps ensure that the nut stays secure even with vibrations from driving down the road. So we're going to remove this and use the 5/8 wrench to remove the nut. The pliers also come in handy here to help stabilize. Now that the old cable is finally off, I'm going to put the new eyelet in there and screw this on probably about 1/2 inch, and then we're going to thread the new wire through here. Only screw in the eyelet and the nut enough for it to be secure, maybe about 1/2 inch. This gives you room to tighten the cables as they loosen up over time with use. This right here is a ferrule. Sure, I don't know, something like that. It's gonna go on either side of this, and we're gonna crimp it down once we run it through. So there's one end. Now we're gonna put it through the eyelet.
run the other side through.
As you pull the cable taut, it might be helpful again to have another person outside to ensure the cable doesn't come undone and get stuck in the wall. We never ran into this issue, but it came up a lot during my research, so I thought it was worth a mention. If you have enough space on top of your slide, here's where you can crimp. However, we found it easier to use tape to mark the spot and remove the cable for crimping, especially since it's very helpful to have two hands.
Okay, so that should be about where it goes. It's hard, right?
It's also worth mentioning that once you crimp it, it's done. So you should definitely double check your markings and your measurements.
Good job.
Right, that's my duty here.
Definitely
I'm the official crimper.
Then we're going to use the cutters to cut off the excess cable. Tape the ends to keep them out of the way and to keep from getting poked by any frayed wires. Now screw on the eyelet and the nut and tighten until your new cable is taut. With the proper tension, the bars labeled in and out should stand almost vertical.
Also, to know if you've gotten it tight enough, you should have maybe about a ½ inch of slack when you pull down. So that'll give you a good idea.
Now it's time to remove the jack and see how you did.
All right, here we go, the moment of truth.
Man, can I not wait to clean up my RV. All right, let's go out. Hold on pretty good. So we have to tighten that up. And our new one, it's a little bit loose, so we're gonna tighten that up just a little bit more, but I'm still gonna go in and out just to double check.
Don't forget to remove any supplies you may have used from the top of the slide before moving it in or out.
All right, now on to the why, because our rig is only 2 years old, so of course we're definitely wondering why it broke. From our research, I found out that the majority of the issues are actually on installation, so surprise, surprise, might be manufacturer defect. The biggest issue is when you slide in, sometimes the brackets aren't aligned properly, and so with the vibrations going down the road, it can cause a lot of friction, and that's actually pretty much where ours broke, so we're gonna see if that's the issue. You can see that the cord kind of has to bend up to go in completely. So I think we're gonna have to move this bracket up so the cord goes straight in and there's no extra tension. For us, this is a problem for another day. I'm just happy to have a working slide currently with a brand new cord. To loosen it, you undo these screws. You should be able to move this bracket up and tighten them, and it should line up exactly with the wall.
My suggestion, get you a woman that loves to turn a wrench.
Besides misalignment of where the cable goes into the RV, there are a couple of other issues that can cause your cable to be damaged or to break. That includes improper lubrication, so make sure you keep your slides lubed up. And also it could be the natural loosening of the cables, so go on top every once in a while and tighten them if they need it. Just remember that that bracket should be up and down, and you should have proper tension, maybe about ½ inch a give. Now our slide had actually been doing this weird shaky thing going in and out for, I don't know, probably a couple months. We tried to add some lube to see if that would help. It did not, but now looking back, I wonder if maybe that was the start of our problems. Word to the wise, do not wait until it gets that bad. It was pretty rough doing this. If you have the same slide system as ours, which is pretty common on the newer rigs, it actually has 8 cables per slide. We have 2 slides, so we have 16 total that could break at any time. They suggest maybe having a couple extra so you're not completely stranded. Now we'll probably go on Amazon and buy an extra. Our total for this fix, including the tools that we didn't have, like the cutters and the crimper, was about $145, plus a couple of knuckles losing some skin, a little blood, sweat, and definitely some tears. You can do it on your own, but it would be nice to have another person. We'll go ahead and link some of those informational videos below, including a link from the actual manufacturer of the slide system, which will give you tips and tricks on how to maintain your slides and troubleshoot any issues. But they all made it seem super easy, so I just kind of wanted to give you a realistic way of how this went. Moral of the story is, do better than us. keep up with your maintenance, know what you're looking for. I mean, we're kind of learning as we go. Hopefully this helps you though, and if you have any questions, be sure to leave them below, and hopefully we can bring you a little bit more informational videos like this. And we'll see you next Sunday.